Let's get out the homework. Yes, I already put it in the grade book for you from last time, which is fine. But that was pages 5960, I believe. So again, if you were here on a Friday, you already have the points in the grade book for this because you all worked on it. But let's take a look at the front page, 1 through 9. Are there any of those problems you'd like to take a look at on 1 through 9 on the first page on page 59? And again, you remember, those are talking about using the cover method. The cover method finds where it crosses the x-axis and finds where it crosses the y-axis. Where it crosses the x-axis is blank, comma, 0. Where it crosses the y-axis is 0, comma, blank. Yeah, which one? 12. Number 12? All right, second page. Number 12. That's a good one. We have negative 1/3 x plus y is equal to negative 3. Okay. So let's cover up the y value first. Okay, so I have negative 1/3 x is equal to negative 3. What do I have to multiply both sides to get x all by itself? Negative 3, right? So if I multiply this by negative 3, that cancels out, gives me x. If I multiply that by negative 3, what do I get? So again, I'm plugging in. If I'm covering up the y value, that means it's 0. If I multiply both sides by negative 3, I'm purposely covering up a part of this question because I'm just setting it as a thing. So negative 1/3 x equals negative 3. What do I have to do to solve this? By? Or multiply by negative 3, really is what you're doing. Just multiply both sides by negative 3 because it's a denominator, right? 3 over 1. So x is equal to 9. So this is 9 for an answer. The other one's simple. Cover up the fraction and stuff, so y is definitely equal to negative 3 right there. So 9 comma 0 is right here, and 0, negative 3 is right here. Connect the dots. Does it appear that one is increasing or decreasing? It's increasing. It's rising up to the right, upper right, so it's increasing. Any other questions on page 5960? Yeah? 13. Okay, negative 1/2 x plus y equals 4. So 0 comma blank, blank comma 0. So if I have the 0 in this x position, that means that's 0, so y is equal to 4. That's the simpler of the two to solve. And then if I have the 0 in the y position, I'm going to cover this. So I have negative 1/2 x equals 4. So if I multiply both sides by negative 2 over 1, what's x have to be equal to then? If I multiply 4 times negative 2 over 1, 4 times negative 2. What? Multiply. Negative 8. I'm sure if I said that appropriately. I'm hearing 2, 3, 8, 9, 16. I'm like, I guess you're just picking numbers. Okay, so you're multiplying both sides by negative 2 over 1. Negative 2 over 1 is the same thing as negative 2, so that cancels. X equals negative 8. All right, so your x value is negative 8. 5, 6, 7, 8, negative 8. Dot. Your y value is 4. 4. Connect the dots. Increasing or decreasing function? Increasing. It is ending in the upper right-hand quadrant, so it is increasing. What about? What? Any other questions? Anything else? All right, so those can be put away. And again, that was going over, and again, so I'm not collecting it. The points are already in the grade book. If you weren't here on Friday, make sure you get it done. You turn it in to me because your points aren't in there. So it looks, we're doing pretty well as a class, so don't fret on stuff. If you have anything old that you need to turn in to me, let me know. You're always welcome to bring it up. Someone asked, can I turn in late assignments? Yes, but you get 2 of the 4 points for it. It has to be complete. If it's not complete, it's just we're not collecting. They're already in the book. No reason to collect them. They're already in the grade book. All right. We are now going to start modifying how we go through looking at linear equations. So last week we looked at standard form, which was where you had your x and y on one side, it's equal to a number. And we used the cover method, which found where it crossed the x-axis or found the y-axis. We talked about increasing and decreasing slopes. So now we're going to get into something called slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form is how your graphing calculators will accept linear equations. Okay? Graphing calculators like things as y equals. So if you have it in standard form, gents, I've had to stop class twice now because of your behavior. You want to find a new place to be, please go now. If not, I don't warn you again. I mark you both of you for this week. That means I bench you. Good? All right, so we want y equals. If we had ax plus by equals c, if you wanted to put in this form, you have to move your x value over, and then you have to move whatever in front of your y variable. You have to divide it or multiply it, okay? We'll get to a little bit more of that, but this needs to be as y equals. Okay, this is just another way of dealing with linear equations. It's called slope-intercept form. Again, you've solved for y. Okay? First thing we need to talk about, we've talked about this before, we're talking about the slope. You have a rise over the run, the change in the y direction, which is the vertical direction, over the change in the x direction. If you go up, it's positive. If it goes down, it's negative in the y direction. If you go right, it's positive in the x direction. If you go left in the x direction, it's negative. And we use the subscripts 2 and 1 to indicate we're dealing with 2 different points, and we're not plugging the same thing in. Okay? So if you had some point given to you, that's how you're satisfying it. So if you had, for example, say 3, 7, 4, and 5, you could label this x1, y1, x2, and y2. Okay? That's where we're going with this problem. Okay, so the slope equation. So the slope equation works when you have 2 points given. It works when you have a table given. Let's talk about the table in a moment. So our slope equation is this from the last slide. The best way to go about this is just label your points. x1, y1, x2, y2. It doesn't matter if you label the first set x2, y2, and the second set x1, y1. It's still going to have the same slope. All right, so what's my y2 up here?
3.
So I'm going to go 3 minus, the minus sign comes along. What's y1?
Negative 5.
Negative 5. Is there going to be a sign change that takes place there, you think? What's x1 or x2?
6.
x1?
2.
All right. So go through your math. Plus plus. That's 8 over 4. What's 8 over 4?
2.
So you have a slope of this of 2 or 2 over 1. I think I'd be okay with simplified. Okay? You came to this second set of points. x1, y1, x2, y2. What's y2? 2 minus y1, x1, or x2, excuse me, minus 0. So on this particular one, you get negative 3 over 6, which gives me a slope of negative half. For 1,000,000 points extra credit, what can you tell me about these two slopes? Are they the same, the different, or different? Is the slope of 2 and the slope of negative 1/2 the same or different? Yeah.
Different.
Different. Are they reciprocals of each other? And are they flipovers of each other?
Yes.
Yes. Now, here's the big one. Are they negative reciprocals of each other? Meaning is one positive and one negative. What do you think? They are flipovers, and are they opposite sign flipovers? Yes. So if you have opposite signed reciprocals of slopes, that means that these would be perpendicular lines. Okay, we just coincidentally had them like that, but perpendicular lines have negative reciprocal slopes. Let's go down to number 3. You don't necessarily need to know if they're perpendicular at this point. So it appears that grows by 3, and then grows by 3, and then grows by 3, grows by 1 each time. So this is definitely linear. And so I have to pick 2 sets of points. Doesn't matter which 2 you pick. So maybe I'll pick this one, and maybe I'll pick this one. Okay? So I have negative 2 comma 0 and 4 comma 2. Okay? I had to pick 2 of the 4, whatever combination. I'm just not going to pick the exact same 2. All right, so slope equation, we have y2, which we call 2 in this case. y1 is 0, because you have x1, y1, x2, y2, over 4 minus 2, 2 over 6. So I have a slope here of 1/3. Now look at this one. I grow by 2, I grow by 3, I grow by 2. I don't grow at all here. The y's are all the exact same. Agreed? So let's see. I have to pick 2 of the points. Doesn't matter. Maybe I'll pick the 2 middle 2. Okay? So that's 2 comma 3 and 5 comma 3. So I get x1, y1, x2, y2. My slope equation is y2 is what? y1 is what? 5 minus 2. 3 minus 3 is 0. 0 over 3. What is 0 over 3? 0. So this has a slope of 0. A slope of 0 is a horizontal line. Okay? So a few things. This slope's a positive slope. So this would mean that the function's increasing. This is a negative slope, so that means the function is decreasing. Positive slope, 1/3 positive, yes? It's doing what? Increasing. Slope is 0, it's not doing either. So it's constant. It's not increasing or decreasing. It's one of each. Okay? It's a constant. All right. Take a look. Number 5, does it appear to be an increasing or a decreasing line? Decreasing. So if it's decreasing, is the slope positive or negative?
Negative.
Negative. So by looking at number 5, not knowing anything else, would you think that the slope should be positive or negative?
Negative.
Negative? Okay. All right, so let's label our points. Label that x1, y1. Label that x2, y2. Slope equation is this. All right, so slope is y2. We have negative 1 minus 3, 1 minus 2. I get negative 4 over, what is this? 3. Is this a negative slope?
Yes.
Does this satisfy the fact that we have a decreasing function? And this is a function because the vertical line test works, right? Problem number 6, increasing or decreasing function? Increasing. Do you feel that it is a slope that should be positive or negative? Positive, good. All right, so again, my slope equation, I have y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. That's a 3 in there, okay? What does this plus or minus mean? What does that mean? So a slope of 1. We said originally this was a increasing function. The slope should be positive. Is 1 positive? Yeah.
Isn't there another method to find the slope of the graph?
Yeah. Do you
Just
count?
count.
Thanks for bringing that up. I was just going to do man on fire. Right. So count. So if I go from here to here, I'm going to count down 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's negative. And then right 1, 1, 2, 3. And then on this one, I'm going to go up and right. Up and right has to be positive, so I'm going to go from here. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 over 5, which is 1. Cool. That worked the same way. Thank you. So that's another way of doing it. So if you have to count down, it's going to be a negative slope. If you're going to count up, and if you go up and right, it's positive. Down and right is negative. Okay? If you had negative over negative, it's going to be down and left. Yeah.
Will it always be up and down first? You count the up and down.
You count your vertical component first. Exactly. That's why on that one slide, let's see, was it here? It was the rise. Up, down, over the run, which is the right left. All right. Good deal. So this is called the slope-intercept form of a linear function. M is your slope. Your B value is your y-intercept. So your y-intercept is 0, blank, or 0, b in this case. So the cover method technically does work here. Remember, in order to find the x and the y-intercept, we plug zeros in for x's or y's. But in order to find just the y-intercept, you would plug 0 for x, so that's gone, so y is equal to b. So your y-intercept is 0, b every time. So the nice thing is, if you have just a slope given and nothing else, that just tells you if you have a increasing or decreasing function, but nothing else. But if you have a slope and the y-intercept given, that slope is going to be the same no matter where on that line you want it to be. So if we look at this one, okay, go back. Y equals mx plus b. So using y equals mx plus b, what do you think the slope of number 7 would be? Negative 6. What is the slope of number 8? 7. 7 over 1, 7. This one, what would we have to do in order to get its slope-intercept form? Solve it for what letter?
Y.
Y. So I'm going to subtract x. Can I subtract 9 and x from each other? Nope. So I get negative x plus 9. It's positive 9. Then multiply everything by negative 1. So what is the slope of this line? 1, right? And then this one, where's our x value? Does anyone recognize this? What kind of line is it? It is straight, I know that. It's a horizontal line. Horizontal line has what kind of slope? Let's pick one. 0. It has a slope of 0. All right, the other thing they asked for is they wanted the slope and the y-intercept. So the y-intercept is going to be 0, what on this first question? 2, good. Y-intercept on the second one is going to be 0, what? 0, 0. Goes right through the origin. On this one, we have to refer to this part What is the y-intercept on this? Huh? -9. And what is the y-intercept on this one? -3. Okay? So a horizontal line does have a y-intercept, but it has a slope of 0, so it doesn't have any rise to it. Feeling okay? Happy, happy? 7. Undefined slope. An undefined slope would be something like this. If I use my slope equation, which is this, x1, y1, x2, y2, 10 minus 7, 3 minus 3. I get 3 divided by 0. 0 is under. If 0 is under, it's undefined. So this is an undefined slope. This is a vertical line. So a vertical line has an undefined slope. A vertical line is also not a function because you draw a vertical line through that one vertical line, it touches it nonstop. Slope of 0 would be as simple as if I just flip-flop my numbers. Switch my domain and range. x1, y1, x2, y2. If I found my slope, I'd have 3 minus 3 over 10 minus 7. So that's 0 divided by 3, which is 0. This is a horizontal line. If you have a line that's vertical, is it increasing or decreasing? It's undefined. The slope of 0, is it increasing or decreasing? Neither. It's 0. And that's referring to the slope. One more slide. We good so far? Any questions?
So I'm confused. So if it's undefined, but it has a positive or negative slope,
Doesn't, because it's 3 divided by 0. If you go 3 divided by 0 on a calculator, it gives you an error on your calculator because dividing by 0 is an undefined term. If you have 0 in the numerator and a number in the denominator that's not 0, it's a slope of 0. So if you went like 0 divided by 5, which is 0 over 5, 0 is your answer. If you go 5 divided by 0, it comes out an error or undefined domain or anything like that. Yeah.
What if the slope was 0 over 0?
0 over 0 is also undefined. So undefined has the highest precedence. So if 0 happens to fall underneath, it becomes undefined. That doesn't go to 0. That's a great question. That's one that it's hard to think about because it's like, oh, it should be 0. But if you go 0 divided by 0 on your calculator, it'll come up as your error as well. Great question. Love it. Fun math lines going on here. I love it. All right. So let's see. We can do our counting. Is that okay? Is this graph increasing or decreasing? Decreasing. So it should be what kind of slope? Positive or negative? Negative. So let's count. Down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then right 1, 2, 3, 4. So what's the slope?
5 over 4.
Negative 5 over 4. Why is it negative? Because we had to count down. It's decreasing. Problem number 12. I have 4 dots that are defined. So let's take a look here. If I count down, I go down 1, right 1. It's decreasing, so it's negative 1. Or I could go down 2, right 2. Negative 2 over 2 is? Negative 1. Negative 1 over 1 is? Negative 1. If I counted down 1, 2, 3, and right 3, negative 3 over 3 is? Negative 1. So it doesn't matter which points I pick, you get negative 1 as it reduces, so this is a decreasing slope. So a slope here, so this is M, a slope here of negative 1. Number 13, increasing or decreasing? Increasing or decreasing? Decreasing. So I have to find, and it says to write this in slope-intercept form. We'll get there in a second. So I have a point here, and then we have to look on the line where we can find, this looks like another point right here. So let's use our counting method. So it's decreasing, it's negative. So I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, and write 1. So the slope here is negative 3 over 1, or just negative 3. And then vertical line. What is our slope there? Vertical line. Huh? Undefined. So it's undefined. So we're going to do a 0 with like a line through it. That's your undefined. Or you can write UND or spell out undefined. And then some of you, I've seen students in the past say undefined is underfined, which it's incorrect saying that, but I know what you're talking about, so I'm going to give you the points for it. Okay, so let's put this as into y equals mx plus b. So do I know the slope of all of them? I do, okay. I do know the slope of all of them. So what's my y-intercept here? 3. The y-intercept is my b value, right? So I'm going to write the equation of this. Y equals negative 5 over 4x plus 3. That says that this linear equation here has a y-intercept of 3. Agree? And I go down 5, right 4 for my slope. Okay, what does the y-intercept on number 12 appear to be? What is this? Yeah, it's 5, right? So my b value on this is 5. So I get y equals negative 1x. Negative 1x, is that the same thing as negative x? Yep. Put a 1 in front of it, you're still correct. And this says, hey, we have a y-intercept of 5. Yep. Down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1, down 1, right. Yep, that works for me. All decreasing because they're all negative slopes. Hey, this one's still negative as well, decreasing function. What does my y-intercept appear to be on this one? 4. So my equation for this is y equals negative 3x. Help me out. Plus 4. If it crossed down here, it'd be a negative here. And then, anyone want to know what this equation is? Let's see, horizontal lines are always y equals. Is this horizontal or vertical? Vertical. So this is going to be x equals, and what's the only x value this could be equal to? 3. X equals 3 gives you a vertical line, gives you an undefined slope. It's not increasing or decreasing. It's undefined. Huh. That's it. Questions? Holy moly. Yeah.
So if you would have found this, the slope, and then you would have went up to the y value on the y-axis, that would be slope plus whatever's on the y.
Are you talking vertical line?
Yes.
So what's going to happen is no matter how high or low you go on the slope, you're picking 2 points, you're going to get something on some number on top, some number value on top. Not sure what it is, divided by 0. When that divided by 0 takes place, that means the whole thing's undefined. Doesn't matter if that top number is like a jillion. It's still divided by 0 is undefined. Bless you. Okay, so be sure to solve for y. Slope equation happens to be this. Your b value is your y-intercept. Y-intercept is indeed a point, so 0, comma b. So those are all things for this lesson. Okay? So if you solve it for y equals, plot your b value first, and then count on your slope. So remember, on the slope, you could plug this in, or you can just count it. Okay? It's your choice. They're just going to work both ways in this case. Okay? I want to give you all the opportunity, and if you didn't bring your book, shame on you, so work with somebody on a blank sheet of paper. But let's get a good start on page 61, 62. I'll come around the class, help you if you have anything. Just pause the thing. Cool? Everyone feel all right? All right, all right. Pause this. You guys know what to work on.